mentioned your infamous husband, Jesse, so many times now. And you guys have a really interesting story of how you guys met. And you were an actual 90-day fiancé.
That is right.
We have a real life 90-day fiancé here. Didn't you guys apply for the show?
Yes,
or your
so that
friend?
was because my friend wanted to be on the show.
She wanted to be one of those judgmental friends that would come out here and there and just like make judgmental comments.
Yes, I must say I was secretly relieved that we did not get chosen, because I don't think we're not very big into drama and things like that. And I think we just didn't have enough drama for them anyway.
So you did have some drama when it came to your side of the family.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
So a lot of Afrikaans people, they prefer if you marry someone within the Afrikaans culture and someone similar. So I think it was quite a big shock for my family that I married someone of a different culture, and a cherry on the cake, someone from a different country. I think it was a lot for them to handle.
Yeah.
So it took them a while to accept it, but they came to our wedding in the States and they love Jessie now. So things worked out.
So can you tell us a little bit about how exactly you guys met?
Yeah, so we both go to the same international Christian church. And as a part of this church, there's this group called Single Disciple Connection. So disciple is another word for a Christian. And so it's basically just a platform where you get to meet different people, different young people who are not dating or married, and they just have different conversation topics. So, and you also have the option of making like a profile to just say, hey, this is me and this is my hobbies and whatever you want to say. So I think I made a profile where I talked about, well, where I'm from. And I think I had a picture there of myself and a dog, and he saw it and he was like, oh, cute. And then he saw I'm from South Africa, and he's an avid runner, and he's heard about the Comrades Marathon in South Africa. So he was like, oh, cool, let me chat with her. So we reached out and we started talking. But I have to say, the first time we had a video call, did not go that well, because we couldn't understand each other's accents. We had poor reception. So none of us were very hopeful or very excited about this call. But he reached out again and he said, hey, let's try and schedule another call and see how it goes. And that time it went a lot better. Like, we actually just clicked very easily. And I find that sometimes you have people that you can talk to for hours, and sometimes it just comes naturally. And I felt like with us, we just, from day 2 or the second time we talked, from there on out, like, we just got along very easily. Like, we could talk about almost anything. So I guess we just became great friends. And this was back in May 2017. So I just enjoyed the friendship. And I remember telling my friends at work that, man, I wish I could meet someone that I just get along with so easily. Like, I just think it's quite rare. But never thinking anything is going to come from this, it's literally across the world. So, for my birthday that year, he sent me like a very sweet card, like a handmade card. He used his creative talents to like draw like different things. And so it was just really sweet. And he gave me a foam roller because I was always complaining about sore muscles from running and whatever else. So I thought it was so thoughtful, and I remember just getting this gift as a surprise, and I was blushing, and I suddenly realized that I think I might have liked this guy. But it took us a whole another 6 months after that before we met in person. But it really didn't change. It just strengthened our relationship, and so we dated long distance for a couple of years, and until I moved.
So it took you a while to realize, hey, I think there's something here, and it's not just chatting, and he's not a catfish.
I couldn't say that for sure until we met, but I'm glad he wasn't.
That's so cool. I wish they did have it. If they did choose you to be on the show, 90 Day Fiancé, it would have been cool for them to follow him around to go visit you for the first time and you picking him up at the airport.
Aww.
And then the families meeting and then saying shame, shame, shame.
Shame. It reminds me of that couple that you told me about.
Oh my God. Okay, who else watches 90 Day Fiancé the other way? I need to know. If anyone else watches this, tweet me, please, or comment on one of the Instagram posts about this episode, because I really need to know. It's so good. I found it on Hulu. It's called 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way. So they have so many different spin-offs, but this one's my favorite one, where the Americans are the ones to go leave their country and go be with someone in Dubai or someone in, there was a South Africa couple or someone in Australia, India. So my husband and I are obsessed with this show. We're watching season 3 now. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3. And our favorite couple is Jenny and Sumit. Oh my goodness, they're so adorable. I wasn't sure about them at the beginning because of the age difference. So Sumit is like 30 when the show started and Jenny is 60. So she's at least more than double his age. And I wasn't sure about it at the beginning. But then when you see just how happy they are with each other, they just light up whenever they're around each other. But in the new season, they finally show Sumit's parents, which are so against this whole thing because they're very traditional and they feel like their friends are going to judge them, that their son is dating someone so much older than him, because she's actually like a year older than his mom.
Okay.
Which is why I also was hesitant about the relationship.
Yeah.
But they're just, especially in this, I think it's the third season, especially in this season, you just see them, you really can see the strength of their relationship and how they really are each other's people. And Jenny is such an amazing person. Even one of Sumit's friends was like, I didn't know why he was dating this old lady, but then when I met her, I realized she was the best person I've ever met.
Wow.
And she's so supportive and patient with him, even though he's not able to give her a marriage yet and exactly what she wants. So I won't spoil anything. We're still in the middle of it. There's still new episodes coming out, but this is all I know for now. And there's this scene that I had to record. I sent it to my friend Janique, who's gonna probably be on the podcast soon, and I sent it to Pam. And it's a part where the Sumit, the Indian guy's parents, and Jenny, they're all 4 of them are there having this serious discussion. And the mom's just like, over my dead body, if you guys cannot get married, remember, if you do get married, we'll be dead. Like me and your dad will be dead. It's over our dead bodies. And then she was like, I will commit suicide right here, right now. She really did not want them to be together. And this funny part where she was looking at Jenny, just judging her like, shame, 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 shame. She's like, a lot of shame. Yeah, just shame, shame, shame. She's like, how can you date my son? Like, how can you see him as a potential spouse? You should treat him like your son because he's like the age of your kids. But yeah, it's very complicated. I recommend you guys to watch it if you guys haven't heard of it yet. So that's my tangent about 90 Day Fiancé. And yeah, so you guys were close to being on the show. That's pretty funny. But like you said, you guys probably wouldn't have had so much drama, which is a good thing. Yeah. But did your parents have any hesitation about being multiracial? And, you know, like you said, the people from African's culture, they prefer you to marry someone that also speaks Afrikaans and is also that looks similar to you. So how are they dealing with that now, I guess, compared to what they originally thought about Jesse?
I think they have accepted it. So it definitely helped for them to come to our wedding. And I think it helps. Like we try and go and visit them as much as possible. So we'll actually be going for the second time this year in December. And I think the more they get to know him, I think they just, you know, they love him. He's a great guy. So I think they get to see that over time. And I think ultimately, like, your parents just want you to be happy. So even though they have the hesitations, if they see that you're happy and well taken care of, then I guess it's for a lot of parents, I guess it changes.
Yeah, he's quite a lovable guy for sure. Can decorate cakes, can make artistic gifts.
Yes, he's a good cook. And he helps clean, so got everything. I'm just kidding.
And you guys are new fur parents also with your two gorgeous dogs.
Energetic puppies.
Yeah. Well, anything else, I guess, that you want to let the listeners know? Maybe they're going through a similar situation, dating someone across hundreds of miles away, or parents not really on board. I guess just what kind of advice do you have for them, or just like honesty, even if it's not the brightest positive feedback?
I think it's, or at least in my case, I think it would have helped to keep my parents in the loop about our relationship, because I think I didn't share too much. And then when I finally met him, it was kind of like a surprise. And I think this is especially true in like in Afrikaans culture, because we typically, the families are very close. So, and they I guess that they share a lot with each other. But I think at the end of the day, like it's about you and your potential person. So I think trying to focus on that and making sure that this is the person that you want to be with, and just looking at their character. And then just in terms of dating long distance, I think that part can be hard, especially if you just have phone calls. It's like you miss having that person with you. So I think one thing that really helped us is, of course, the phone calls and video calls, but we also try to make it as fun as possible. So we used to cook, like we'll do like different dates where we would cook something together or bake something or play a board game, or even the karaoke. We watch movies together, like a lot of different things like that. We did a lot of art as well. We would paint stuff. And so I think that just having those kind of things to look forward to really helped. And then we would just like encourage each other on special days by, getting gifts or sending a card, like things like that. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, you need to, I guess, focus on, like trying to block out everything that's kind of scary. Not that it doesn't matter, but the most important is you and that person that you hope to be with. So trying to focus on that and focus on just the love that you share,
Oh, that's so cute. I'm going to quote you. Well, everyone who's listening, I would love it if you can tweet me at MFMP pod if you are going through anything like this. We want to know, Pam and I want to know if maybe you're dating someone in South Africa, or maybe you're also doing something long distance dating in a different country, or maybe you are a multiracial couple, and we would love to hear your feedback and experience of what you've experienced and how it's been like for you so far. And any other questions for us or for Pam, we would be happy to answer those.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you just turned 30.
Yes.
I was like, wait, take a pause. Can I mention it? But then I saw you posted the Dirty 30 on Instagram. So I figured, okay, it's probably safe to say it verbally.
Yeah, but I feel like there's been this switch. When I was younger, I always wanted to look older, right? And I feel like someone told me this week that I look 25, and I thought it was a huge compliment. So I realized I got to that age where I want to look younger. So that's surprising.
So 30 is it, huh? 30 is the breaking point where now you want to
look younger. But I don't feel old at all. I still feel very young at heart, and I'm pretty young. So
yeah, not just at heart, you're young. Period.
Yeah.
So, but you don't feel anything different about having your dirty 30, and it's a big number, I guess. People celebrate it, and it's a huge deal.
It is. I feel excited about it now. I think originally when I realized I'm turning 30, I was like, no, I'm getting old. But now I kind of feel like I'm ready to be in my 30s. Like the 20s have been long enough.
Oh, okay.
And then move on to my more mature self.
Okay, so I guess we're taking questions now for Pam's 20s. If you are curious, because now I am, the way that she the look that she gave when she was like, the 20s were long enough.
Oh dear.
So now I'm curious what happened to your 20s when I have, well, I didn't meet you in your 20s because you just turned 30, but yeah. I have 2 more years to go and then I'll be there too. I'm not mentally prepared yet. But it's weird because I keep thinking that I'm turning 30, but I'm not. Like earlier this year when I was 27, I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to turn 29, so I should start planning for my dirty 30. But then to find out I turned 28 this year. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it because I see people having these parties like 30-30 and celebrating it. So I don't know if I've been seeing some friends do that. So then I just, in my mind, I was just like, oh, I should start planning for my dirty 30. Like, what am I going to
do? You got 2 years to plan.
Yeah, so I don't know why I was 27 and I felt like I was turning 30, but so I still got a couple more years to go. I think I will be prepared for it when the time comes. Right now, I'm like still trying to hold on to my last bit of 20s as much as I can. And then I feel like I will be there. Really? I feel like my what I'm working on in life and my emotional desires and expressions, by that time I think it will align. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but you do look young. You do look 25.
Yes. Thanks.
Yeah, and when I was younger, people always thought I looked older. When I was like 16, people always thought I looked 20-something.
Oh, wow. But then it's such a great compliment when you're younger, right?
I guess so. I didn't really care. I was just like, I mean, I'm young, so I'm a teenager, so treat me like a teenager. But people thought I looked older. Okay. And then now, I don't know. I don't really ask people to guess my age currently. I feel like they also think I'm like early 20s, but I know my voice sounds like a little kid.
You don't think so? No, you've got a nice voice.
Oh, thank you.
Especially your singing voice.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Do you want to sing something for us?
What were we? Oh, all my exes live in. Okay, that's horrible. We have to cut it out. Why did you force me?
Y'all can follow her songs on Instagram.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, thanks so much. Well, I for a period I was posting some cover songs with piano and guitar on my personal Instagram, which is linked on the pod's Instagram. But yeah, what was the last one I did? I think it was it was a Halsey song on piano. And then ever since I went to Costa Rica and I've gotten back from that, I honestly have not really practiced much. I was trying to practice just a musical song on the piano for a while that I played when I first learned the piano. Okay. And I didn't play since a child. I barely learned when I was in my teenage years how to play the piano and guitar. So I'm not that great, but it was a really pretty song from the Miyazaki anime film. If anyone watches, it's like he's like famous for like Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away. So it's from one of his movies called Castle in the Sky, and it's one of the theme songs from, I think it's called La Puta is the name of the song. So I was trying to practice that and record it for the next thing to post on my personal Instagram, but then I started working on the podcast.
Your next project.
So then all of my musical stuff stopped, but I really appreciate you. Like you and like one other friend of mine like actually listened to my music videos, and they like you and this other friend, they actually tell me that they truly enjoy listening to it and they actually enjoy it. But I don't know. I feel like I'm not that good and my voice is not that great to listen to.
I think it's really good. You should give yourself more credit.
Oh, thank you so much. And a conversation I had with a coworker too, that about like starting a podcast. This was like a year ago, and I mentioned like saying, oh, I've always wanted a podcast, but I feel like I'm not that interesting enough. Like, what am I going to talk about? And then he went, I think you're not giving yourself enough credit.
So explain. I feel like it's so easy to kind of look down on ourselves and see our weaknesses instead of like our positives and our attributes.
Exactly. And yeah, it's really about what's possible. And I'm just trying to express my creative outlets, I guess, however I can. So whether it's music or work on the podcast or other projects.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love that you're using your talents like this. And
I
always thought you have a very calming voice. Like it's like soothing, like you just want to feel calm in your heart.
Should I do an ASMR episode?
A what?
ASMR.
What's that?
I forget what it stands for, but it's like where it's really annoying to me. I don't like them. But where people make like whispering sounds. Hi guys. Today I will be sharing.
Maybe.
And then like doing little like tapping sounds like on the keyboard, like
interesting.
And then like
rustling of leaves.
Yeah, or like brushing your hair. You haven't seen those videos?
I don't think so.
They were really popular like on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, whatever, a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
People are still doing it now, or like watching someone eat and or like crunch on candy and you just hear the sounds. You haven't heard of that?
I don't like hearing people chew.
No, I don't like
Especially
that.
Popcorn in a cinema.
Yeah, the last one I saw, like Cardi B did one where she was like running her fingers across the mic. And she was like opening a gift very slowly.
Really? Is this meant to be calming? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people have like this fetish toward it or obsession toward it. And they'll just play it and they think it's very calming.
Wow.
But there's other people like me who thinks it's just cringe.
Yeah. It's like TikTok videos. Don't get me started on those.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm glad you say that I have a calm, soothing voice. So if there is a demand for it, maybe I will experiment with an ASMR video one time.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes, but I don't promise anything. All right. Well, this was so much fun. I think my cheeks hurt from smiling so much. Do yours?
It does. Yeah. I feel like I need to give my face a break.
Yes, we should. We should. Okay. Well, we'll have to continue this next time, though, because we have a lot more to talk about, and we already have plans for what else Pam's going to tell us about. So stay tuned.
Yes.
But thanks for spending some time with us. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to go through the Hook You Up segment. I'm very proud of this segment that I created, and I almost skipped right past it. So I always ask my guests at the end of our recording to recommend something to the listeners, something that maybe they've never heard of before, but if you recommend it, then they can check it out and maybe also find value in it. So what would you like to shout out to everyone?
I would recommend a book. It's one of my favorites. It's called Secure in Heart by Robin Widener. And I think it's just such a great book because it talks about all the different insecurities that we face. You know, like there's so many different ones. I feel like everybody can relate to insecurities at some level. And I think it's just helped me to really find security in who I am and just the different areas in life. So I think I really recommend that book.
Okay. It's kind of like what we're talking about, how I'm insecure about the sound of my voice.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like everybody has something that they're insecure about, and I think it's very closely linked to fears. So I think it's a great book just to kind of deal with those things.
Okay. Is it a South African author?
She's actually American.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the book, once again, if you missed it, it's called Secure in Heart. And who's the author?
Robin Widener.
Robin Widener. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good read.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've read it twice already.
Oh, and a confidence booster for sure, because we all have those little annoying insecurities that just won't go away, that we have for no reason at all, except we are our own. We are. What is it? How does the saying go? We are the worst judges of our own self, or something like that.
Yeah, like our own worst enemies.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we are our worst judge of ourselves.
Yeah.
And it gets in the way sometimes. It gets in the way of us to have progress and to just go about the world in a more free and confident way. So
yeah,
thanks for this recommendation.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on your show.
Thanks for letting me borrow your house, by the way.
Sure, this is my newest baby, the Monstera.
Oh, if you're watching this on YouTube, guys, we have all these. I feel like we're filming in a greenhouse. This is beautiful. I have a Monstera at home too, and it's huge, and they grow really fast. And this is an ivy.
Yeah.
My ivy died, unfortunately. And I love these little guys that are the fuzzy succulents.
Yeah.
They're just so... Oh, I got this for you, didn't I? Or... Oh, no, I got the one, the other one. Yeah. And then I got my other friend one that looks like this. That's why I was like, I know I bought this for someone before. And then I got you the one that looked like Shrek ears.
Yeah, that one is growing well.
Yeah, Pam's pretty good at keeping her succulents alive, actually.
I try not to give them too much water.
Yeah, that desert life. Yes. But yes, thank you for letting me borrow your house as the studio for our recording. So we'll be back maybe at a different corner of her house next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you like the podcast, I would love it if you can leave me a 5-star review on iTunes. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest at MFMP Pod. And consider supporting the show at patreon.com/MFMP to gain access to exclusive content and bonus perks. And to keep the conversation going, you can tweet me to ask a question or share a comment about what you heard. I would also love to see you post stories to Instagram or Facebook of you listening to the pod or trying any of the activities or recommendations introduced from the Hook You Up segments by my guests or myself. Tag me in your stories or posts at MFMP Pod so I can see and maybe also share along. Until then, stay tuned to hear more from the many faces of many places.